In today's biased news, the ceasefire in occupied Palestine is set to expire. Elon Musk meets with Netanyahu. And 3 Palestinian students are shot in Burlington, Vermont. In some updates on the ceasefire in Palestine, the NATO Secretary General has advocated for the extension of the ceasefire in Gaza, highlighting the relief it could bring to the besieged Palestinians, as well as the release of further prisoners. He also called on Iran to control its proxies, likely referring to Lebanon's Hezbollah. The EU's foreign policy chief and the Iranian foreign ministry have echoed the call for a permanent ceasefire. The Palestinian Authority has reported collaborative efforts involving Qatar, Egypt, the US, the EU, and Spain to extend the existing 4-day truce. However, uncertainties persist regarding the duration of the extension. It should be noted that the hostages held by Hamas have been received, by Israel's own admission, in good condition, further highlighting the falsehood of Israeli and US propaganda that paints the resistance as pure evil. Meanwhile, discussions about extending the truce have been critiqued for lacking a parallel political track addressing the future of the region. On the ground, negotiations between Hamas and Israel regarding the extension of the truce remain delicate. The EU's top foreign policy official has pushed for the truce's extension, emphasizing the need for a sustainable and long-lasting pause while working towards a political solution. As the ceasefire's expiration date approaches, there is a growing international call for its extension and a comprehensive political approach to address the long-standing issues in the region. The geopolitical situation remains complex, involving diplomatic efforts, regional dynamics, and the humanitarian crisis on the ground. Elon Musk met with Netanyahu during his trip to Israel, which is somehow supposed to address concerns over rising anti-Semitism online. Musk, the world's richest man and the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, has faced a firestorm of criticism over his recent endorsement of an anti-Semitic conspiracy theory on his social media platform X. In response to a user's post accusing Jewish communities of, quote, pushing hatred against whites, Musk commented, "You have said the actual truth." The controversy escalated as major advertisers, including Disney, IBM, Fox Sports, and the European Commission, suspended ad spending on X. This commercial backlash underscores the significant commercial and reputational challenges faced by the platform. Musk's visit to Israel comes about a week after the anti-Semitic comments were made. It is very clear that Musk is in damage control mode. Despite his denial of anti-Semitism, the fallout has been substantial. This development compounds the ongoing criticism faced by X for the prevalence of anti-Semitic discourse on the platform. Musk's behavior perfectly encapsulates the essence of political Zionism, simultaneously pro-Israel and anti-Semitic. In the US state of Vermont, 3 students of Palestinian descent were shot in what was clearly a hate crime. The victims were speaking Arabic, and 2 of them were wearing a keffiyeh when they were attacked. The incident occurred in Burlington, near the University of Vermont, as the students were walking on the street during the Thanksgiving holiday. The location is especially poignant, as it's the hometown of Bernie Sanders, the former progressive hero who has failed to properly condemn Israel's genocide of Palestinians. The motive behind the attack is under investigation, with the Burlington police chief stating, quote, "In this charged moment, no one can look at this incident and not suspect that it may have been a hate-motivated crime. The incident has raised alarms about rising anti-Arab and anti-Islamic sentiment in the United States amid the genocide in Palestine. Several prominent figures, including U.S. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries and Senator Bernie Sanders, have denounced the shooting, though again without calling for a ceasefire." In today's lightning round, one of the world's largest icebergs, A23A, which had been grounded for over 3 decades after splitting from Antarctica's Filchner ice shelf in 1986, is now drifting beyond Antarctic waters. Recent satellite images show the nearly trillion metric ton iceberg, about 3 times the size of New York City, moving past the northern tip of the peninsula. The reasons for its sudden movement remain unclear. US President Joe Biden will not attend the climate change conference COP28. The excuse from the White House is that Biden is too busy navigating challenges from the Middle East and an upcoming presidential campaign. It is reported that Xi Jinping will also not attend. Amazon has reached an agreement with most of its workers in Spain, avoiding the full impact of a planned 1-hour strike per shift on Cyber Monday. The union will continue negotiations with Amazon to improve pay and conditions. Workers globally have raised concerns about Amazon's working conditions, with protests occurring in various countries, including on Black Friday. And in positive news for the day, in an interesting twist of class treason, but the good kind, a group of British millionaires, organized under an activist group, urged the UK government to introduce a higher wealth tax in light of declining public services and the highest tax burden in generations. The proposal suggests a 2% tax on people with wealth exceeding £10 million, estimating that it could generate £22 billion annually for the government. Despite the group projecting calls for a wealth tax onto the Treasury building in London and public support, 3/4 of Brits according to a YouGov poll, the government's autumn statement did not include such a tax. Phil White, a member of Patriotic Millionaires UK, emphasized the potential revenue of £423 million per week from taxing extreme wealth to benefit national investment. You know class consciousness is on the rise when even the millionaires feel bad. That's all for today. We'll be back on Wednesday with more news. If you appreciate the work we're doing, consider becoming a patron to support the show. All patrons get early access to our analysis episodes and an audio version of the news.